was raining and then it stopped. It looks like it could start any time. It's pretty misty right now too. Alright, what was going on today? I guess the first one I wrote was kind of interesting, dealt with drone operators, how many there are in various parts of the world. It almost seems like people are in competition saying, let's see who can produce the most. I guess you could say competent drone operators. This one says Turkey's UAV drone pilot numbers skyrocket in 2020. The number of unmanned aerial vehicles in Turkey has surged to 45,000 as of October, as the country boosts its efforts in the aviation and technology sectors, according to Civil Aviation Authority data. The number of registered UAV pilots has reached 216,000 in the same month, according to the Directorate General of Civil Aviation data. Although I think one thing interesting about these numbers, I wonder if it's just literally anybody. It could be someone just registering the drone, so to speak, flying it in their backyard for fun. Would they be considered as this database of numbers as well, which I would assume so? Because I know for even regular average people, when they learn that, they get a little, I guess you could say, cynical, saying, what? That's a quote pilot? Because most people would think, when you think pilot in that case, you're thinking huge manned aircraft and stuff like that. So it makes me wonder if they should divide that still. I still think they should completely separate someone flying it for fun versus someone flying something humongous, delivering packages and all that. With that in mind, it's kind of interesting how over there, apparently they don't use the 250 gram threshold. It says all UAVs weighing over 500 grams need to be officially registered, and administrative fines are imposed on individuals who fly drones without necessary authorization permits. Yeah, kind of interesting why they opted to say, no, we're not going to just follow along with everyone saying the 250, we're going to go for 500 grams minimum. I think that's actually better overall if you're trying to encourage more people to actually use the tech, especially if they're just using it for fun. And I was reading, this was kind of interesting. It relates to that protest that I walked by yesterday. And apparently the national anthem singer, like here in Vancouver, the person who usually sings it during the hockey games, basically joined the protest. And because of that, he was immediately fired, which is generating a lot of, I guess you could say, controversy. Should he have been able to go there and sing O Canada, which is basically what he did? In this article, it says, O Canada singer addresses firing by Vancouver Canucks at anti-mask rally. Mark Donnelly sang the anthem at Christmas Freedom Rally in Vancouver on Saturday. The popular singer of O Canada Vancouver Canucks hockey game says he knew he might lose his job for standing up against what he describes as tyranny of COVID-19 restrictions. Vancouver Canucks Francisco Aquilini tweeted late Friday that Donnelly was now the former Canucks anthem singer, followed by the Twitter hashtag wear a mask. Donnelly told the crowd, many of whom weren't wearing a mask or physically distancing, that he decided to sing because he questions the quote draconian lockdown protocols. What was originally sold as a 15-day hunkering down sprint for the common good was turned into a 10-month marathon from hell, where the finish line is constantly being moved further into the distance, he said. Donnelly said he doesn't think health officials have done a cost-benefit analysis looking at the harms and restrictions compared with the preventing the spread of COVID-19. So it's kind of an interesting argument, I suppose. Should someone like this be able to say what he feels about things like lockdowns and all that, where he doesn't agree with it, or does everyone thinks it's justified to fire him just like that? And on a funny note, apparently when this happened, people, I guess, were looking the person up, like his social media accounts, to, I guess, either express their hate towards him or support. And everyone was finding someone else with the same name, and the person was just having a laugh because everyone was like, I guess, criticizing him. And he even said something along the lines of, oh, apparently there's some guy in Canada who doesn't want to wear a mask or something like that, like an opera singer, and he's stirring controversy, which is entertaining for him and all that. And the other general point I had, I always wonder, why do people always title this stuff like anti-mask rally? Just to my understanding, I think it's anti-whatever procedures they disagree with. For example, closing down the businesses and all that. I know they disagree with mandatory masks to my understanding, but to my knowledge, from what this guy was saying in his quote anyways, it says he's against things like draconian lockdowns and all that. That's a little different, isn't it? Like anti-mask and anti-lockdown. I just personally don't think that's the most productive way to try to get all the perspectives in a neutral stance and then put things together to say, okay, let's think this. What makes sense and what doesn't? All right, see you guys later.